Hi everyone, I'm here today to share with you how to assemble the Angry Bird characters that I shared with you yesterday on one of my cards, so that when you download the file you know how to assemble it together. It's pretty easy. There's only a few cuts. Here's the invite that I shared, and it came out super cute. It took me a while since I'm not used to designing on the Gypsy from scratch, so I'm going to go ahead and do the cuts now. So this is the way I have it on my mat. So when you get the file, these are the ones for the beak. Those are the only ones I cut. And on a separate layer, I do the body. So first you can cut these, then go to the next layer and cut the body. Okay? So I already have the body ready. And let me get the pieces here. It's super easy to put together. Pull him out. That's his tongue, eyebrows, and the shadows. Okay, the eyes are just going to be punches. I hear a dog barking. That's my neighbors. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so the eyes, when you do the eyes, you're going to need different size punches. I'm going to go ahead and put those on my blog so that you can see the sizes. But basically you're going to start with a 1-inch circle punch for the black. Then I use 3/4 in gray. Okay. And 1/2 circle for the whites. And then 3/8 in black for the eyeball. Okay. So there you have your pieces. Let me go ahead and glue them together for you. Okay. Dog's pretty excited today, I guess. Okay. Then we do gray, white. A little bit of glue. I'm going to go as fast as I can so that the video is not too long. Okay. And then the black. And I put him as close as possible to the edge so that he's looking towards the inside. Okay, you see that? And that. Just going to glue there. And I have another one already done. So that would go like that. Okay, then his eyebrows. And that they just go between his eyes, just on top. Okay, and then his beak. We start with the black, then the yellow. Just layer them on top. Okay. And then black again. Okay. And try and do them. It doesn't matter that they're off at the top. You're just trying to concentrate on the bottom so that they're layered correctly so you can see them. Don't worry about the top because I did something so that you can cover the top. The top part of his beak will cover that. Okay, so then there's his tongue. And so then this piece goes on top, and you'll see how it covers that. Okay. See there? Okay. The tongue's showing too much. I'm just going to move it up a bit. I'm just letting a little bit of the black show through the top for the shadow. Okay, and that's it. And then you just glue that right below his eyeballs, right there. Okay, that's it. Super easy. Just a couple of cuts and punches for the eyes, and there you have the bird. Now I'm going to show you the green pig. That was even easier to do. And that one also, you'll see the cut file, and this is the way you'll see it. You'll have black, the green, and lime green. This is really bright. Okay. So let me get the cuts out. This is body. Okay, his snout. And his little eyebrows. Alright. Okay. And for him, you're going to do the snout is 2 pieces. And I just inked the bottom so that it, you know, he looks like he has his mouth open. So for that, I'm just going to use some Stampin' Up! Pear Pizzazz. Any green that you have that, you know, you think will just give it a little shadow is fine. Don't worry about having the exact one. Okay, just a little shadow there, so that when you glue it, you'll see the definition there. Okay. So I'm gluing this one under. Oops, wrong side. Got glue on that. Okay. Okay, and so first I do the eyes, and again you're going to need circle punches for the eyes. And for the white of the eyes is the 3/4 inch punch in white. And for the black, it's the 1/4. And that's this one. This is the one I use. Okay. So then you just assemble the eye. And my boy said usually the eyeballs are off to the side. So make sure you put them off to the side, to his right side. Okay. So one there and one here. Alright, and then the snout goes kind of overlapping on his eyes, like so. Okay. Then for the ears, the black on his ears, I just use a 1/2 inch circle punch, but I do half circles, like this. Okay, and then one more. And those go right here. Okay. And one here. Okay. And then for the black on his snout, and that's a 3/8 circle punch and a 1/4 circle punch. I didn't know that he had one bigger than the other, so I was making them even until I was told no, one's larger. So here's one, and then here's the other one. Alright, there you have both of them. Okay, on my invitation I have also the speech. So I have the font. The font, you can find it at dafont, DAFONT.com, and I download it. It's called Feast of Flesh, I believe. Yes, it's Feast of Flesh. And so what I do is I usually just, if it's a stamp I don't have, I go ahead and print them. Okay, so I have them printed, and then I just use my punches to punch them out. So you just have to leave enough room between them so that you have room for the punch to go in. So that's what I do. And I have these speech bubbles punches that I use from Fiskars. So I have two sizes, and these are for the small and the large ones. Okay, and for this one I used a Stampin' Up punch, and this is the Modern Label punch. Okay, like so. The font will come when you download it. It will look bold like this. That's the regular font. What I do is just select shadow when you highlight it, and you can format the font. So just select the shadow, and it will do that. It will give you just the shadow, and it looks a little bit better. Okay, and that's it. The card that I made has clouds on the back. I was asked about that one, and this is a stamp, background stamp that I have. If you're making a lot of these like I am, I'm not going to be doing this for every card. So what I did is I purchased some paper that has a sky image like this. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be using instead of stamping every card. Okay, so if you have any questions, their hair. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to help you. Enjoy your cuts. Bye.